What is up and is going on, guys? Simpzy here, and welcome to my first episode of my FIFA 15 Manchester City career mode. Guys, make sure to leave a like to get this series up and running. So, let's get straight and right into it. It's always good to get the first episode up and running. So, put in the comment section down below players you would like me to sign. So, in today's episode, we have a shit ton of transfer negotiations, to say the least, and we have one match in today's episode, and that is against Arsenal in the Community Shield. We are playing as Manchester City, and my God, do we have a hell of a budget. The board wants us to win the league, win the domestic cup, which I honestly don't think is too much to ask. Now, first things first, with 160 million. Now, very much the same. I actually did the same thing in my Manchester City FIFA 14 career mode. I tried to sign Messi, and I actually signed him in my FIFA 14 career mode, but I was actually unsuccessful in this year. For some reason, it's really hard to sign Messi and Ronaldo, and seeings that I already signed Ronaldo in my Manchester United career mode, and I honestly don't think it would be realistic that Ronaldo would go to Manchester City. He'd go to United before definitely City. But obviously, City's one of the teams in the world that has the highest budget. I really wanted to bring Messi to the club, but I just couldn't. I didn't have enough money, surprisingly, which I really think is cool because obviously Sergio Aguero is at the club now. I think it's like Sergio Aguero is married to Diego Maradona's daughter, and then they had a child, Sergio and his wife, and that child is his godfather is Messi. So it'd be really cool and kind of realistic if Messi was going to go anywhere in the world apart from Barcelona. I reckon he'll go to Manchester City. There's a lot of Argentines there. But speaking of Argentines, we did get an offer from Real Madrid for Sergio Aguero, and there's no way in hell I'm going to sign him. So let's not forget about this transfer. I really wanted a new goalkeeper. I don't really like Joe Hart in goal, and I feel like we needed to strengthen up the defense, the goalkeeper position, maybe with a man like Manuel Neuer. But we did sign the Tottenham Hotspur man, Lloris, the 85 overall 27-year-old Frenchman. Jovetic is a hot topic as well. So I think Lloris is a beast in this year's career mode, and he goes up in stats absolutely ridiculously. But we did have to pay a little bit more because it was a rival club. So the next player we're bringing in is Ross Barkley, the cam, the 20-year-old from Everton. And it'll be interesting to see whether or not he actually goes to Manchester City in January. But he's a 78 overall. I think he's going to be a beast midfielder. He's English, and he's quite a solid player, to say the least. So obviously we're not buying that one big player. We're basically just strengthening up the squad and buying some squad rotational players, essentially. But I reckon Ross Barkley will be a really exciting talent, and the board actually did want me to buy a midfielder. Now, Dimichelis here, the 33-year-old, 79-year-old centre-back. I have no ambition of playing him, so I am going to sell him on and maybe bring in some other defenders. Montpellier did actually accept the counter offer for 5 million, so it looks like he'll be going to the French side this season. Edin Dzeko did get an offer from Tottenham Hotspur, 22 million for the 28-year-old Bosnia-Herzegovinian. I think that's how you say that. I probably fucked it up. But we are putting Steven Jovetic out on loan simply because I've played with him so much in my FIFA 15 Newcastle United career mode. But I didn't really particularly want to go and sell him, so I did put him out on loan. And we always can recall him if we really need to. But there is another player I do want to recall, and it's Negredo, the 28-year-old Spaniard. He's 83 overall. He was on loan at Valencia, and I really think I want to play with him instead of buying a new striker. We actually have a lot of strikers on demand here. So we'll be playing with Sergio Aguero, Edin Dzeko up front. Jovetic is out on loan, and I'm bringing Negredo back from Valencia, and it's actually not that much. And straight away, when we brought Negredo back, we managed to get an offer here from Wolfsburg. For Wolfsburg, I'm just trying to gobble up my snipers. I was about to say strikers. What is up with this? Now, James Milner, we did get an offer from Arsenal for 7.5 million, and I'm actually kind of interested in offloading James Milner, seeing the fact that we actually just signed Ross Barkley, who will be younger and basically filling his position. We did manage to sign two new players now in Jordi Alba. I think he'll be a stronger left back. Clichy is just a little bit old, and we just really want to sweeten that defense a little bit more now that we have Company and, oh my god, I can't remember his name. I've had a memory blank. Mangala. I think it is Mangala. I'm not too sure. But anyway, we'll have a look in a sec. And I'm still trying to get some money here because well, it's not the money problem, it's the squad problem. We don't have enough spots for Memphis to pay to join to the side. Now, we did spend a lot of money on him, 32 million, obviously. He's obviously not worth quite that much, and we did actually pay a lot for Ross Barkley. It was 30 million as well. But we are Manchester City. We do have the funds, and obviously we do play a lot now. But in the next couple of seasons, we will be making our money back. And nice to see Memphis here with a 5-star skill in the Netherlands, man. So we've basically brought in a lot of youth players into the side, except for Negredo bringing back. But I'm hoping now that we've strengthened this Manchester City side, we'll be able to go for that title race. So Borussia Dortmund coming in with a offer here. Fernandinho, 29 years of age, 81 overall. An offer from Fiorentina. James Milner and the Arsenal transfer negotiation fell through, and we did get an offer here from Everton. He's 28 years of age. He's only 79 overall. He is going to go down in stats. Ross Barkley is 20 and he's a 78 overall. So I'm going to be playing him over Ross. I'm going to be playing Ross Barkley over Milner, unfortunately. So we are trying to get some offers here. I'm still trying to make a profit on him to try and make some sort of money back from the, the Ross Barkley deal. So we do have a lot of transfer negotiations. This is the second last one before we have the match against Manchester City, and I will be showing you the squad. So guys, if you are enjoying this FIFA 15 Manchester City career mode, make sure to leave a like. I would really much appreciate it. I do put a lot of effort into these videos, and a simple like really does go a long way. So we are playing a 4-1-2-1-2 with Edin Dzeko, Sergio Aguero up front. Now I'm being a little bit ambitious. I'm playing Yaya Toure in the cam, Silva and Nasri on the wings, Fernandinho in the centre defensive mid. We've got Jordi Alba, Company, Mangala and Zabaleta in the defense, and we have Lloris, obviously Barkley, Navas, Dempsey, and Negredo on the bench. So we've got a really strong squad, and we've got that real good triple threat with Ross Barkley, Memphis Depay, and Negredo as well. But we are majority. We've splashed the cash and we've put it evenly enough. We've brought in a winger, we've brought in a goalkeeper, we've brought in a left back, and we've brought in a centre mid. So we've basically strengthened all parts of the squad, because obviously Yaya Toure and David Silva are actually quite old, and so is Negredo. So is Negredo and Dzeko. But I really want to play with them in this first season. But we have our first match in the Manchester City career mode, the Community Shield against Arsenal. The first highlight here is Yaya Toure just before the 16th minute, 30 yards out. I'm trying to actually see who's my best free kick taker, and it was Yaya Toure, but settings it was on the other side. I wanted to get a left footer on the ball, and it was David Silva to step up, and the ball really did go wide against Chesney. But Fernandinho here with a tackle against Aaron Ramsey, the Welshman. Sergio manages to whip it through to Dzeko, but the ball manages to spill to Chesney's hands. So we're still trying to get one back here. Yaya manages to find Fernandinho pushing up on the pitch. Sergio Aguero on the ball manages to hit it with his left, putting it in the back left-hand corner against the Polishman, and makes it 1-0 in the Community Shield. His first goal under Simpzy's managerial role. But it was interesting to see that Fernandinho was pushing so far up the pitch, because I would normally play Yaya Toure in the centre defensive, but he's actually got some really good attacking stats, so I have pushed him up a bit. Yaya Toure on the ball here. The finesse was a little bit ambitious, but hey, you got to try those sort of ones out. Now we do manage to give a free kick here against Jack Wilshere. Well, there was the Jack Wilshere who managed to slide in. It was the Spaniard Jordi Alba managed to get up on the challenge. So I think he's going to be a really good left back, Jordi Alba. He's going to be nice and solid. So Arsenal here do manage to step up, and Santi Cazorla managed to hit it at Lloris. So I'm not going to sell Joe Hunt. I think he'd be a really good, just a backup player, maybe to play in the cup runs and whatnot. But Oliver Giroud manages to find Ramsey with the back heel, and Ramsey manages to flick it to Danny Welbeck. Danny Welbeck with a chest pass, and Arsenal still somehow maintaining possession, and they do get the shot off, and Lloris saved quite comfortably. And Arsenal were still not down and out for the count after the 1-0 scoreline at the moment. Now, I did do a triple threat substitution, bringing on Memphis Depay, Barkley, and I can't actually remember who else. I might have been Navas on Negredo. I don't think I brought on Negredo. I think I must have brought on Navas. But Nasri on the ball here, Sergio Aguero in the box. The former Arsenal player manages to do a roulette, trying to whip it in, but it didn't really amount to anything. But David Silva manages to pick out Memphis Depay. Unfortunately, Koscielny manages to pick him out. But Memphis Depay on his debut does a hocus pocus with a scoop turn and buries it past Chesney to score his first goal in a Manchester City. And is it Manchester United then? Manchester City jumper, which I thought was a really nice goal here. He manages to do the hocus pocus scoop turns and manages to put it on his right, the Dutchman. So just through this first match in the Community Shield and his first match, it was really nice to see him get up on the score sheet. So it was really it was a pretty hard match, to be honest. We were only 2-0 up. We're only 1-0 up for most of the match. And I'm really quite surprised at the scoreline here. Memphis Depay back on the ball. The Arsenal defense manages to give a huge gap to Ross Barkley. And Ross Barkley, with the run on play, manages to bury it into the top left-hand corner. How crazy is that? Who would have thought that being 1-0 down for the majority, or 1-0 up for the majority of the game, Arsenal manages to lapse in concentration. And you can see who the big main problem is there. It's Piet Mertesacker. What's his fucking name? I can't remember his first name. But Mertesacker really was the culprit. But it's good to see Manchester City start off their, to start off the season with a cup, a trophy, even though that the Community Shield isn't that prestigious. But a 3-0 win, a comfortable 3-0 win. It was good to see the youngsters, Ross Barkley and Memphis Depay, pick up their first goals for Manchester City. But guys, thank you very much for watching. If you watched all the way through, I really do appreciate it. And remember to go out and have a fantastic rest of your day after you watch this video, guys. So thank you very much. Simpzy out.